I always say it has aspects of dodgeball, bowling, and soccer, but you're blindfolded.
Goalball is this team sport for the blind and visually impaired. The greatest sport you've never heard of. Goalball itself doesn't have an able-bodied or non-disabled cognate. It's not an adaptation of a sport. It's a really small sport. Players all wear blindfolds to make sure that everyone has an equal footing.
There is a net on each end and 3 players, a left wing, a center, and a right wing, and the objective is to stop the ball from the other side going into your net.
It's played on an indoor basketball court, floors lined with tape and rope, and the ball's kind of looks like a big basketball with bells inside of it.
Goalball is a unique sport in that everything is tailored for the blind athletes.
So when I was little, I tried to do, I call it mainstream sports, like soccer, football, stuff like that. But when you're legally blind, there's not a lot of sympathy there. It's so unique, and when you talk to people about like what you do, they're like, that sounds amazing. And then they come watch and like, no, this is actually amazing.
It was developed after World War II. A lot of veterans all over the world as a recreational rehabilitation tool for men who had gone blind.
Over time, it became a Paralympic sport.
The court and a lot of the elements of the game are really simple and easy for beginners, but they help teach you things like orientation. The goal is to roll that 2.5-pound ball into the other team's goal. The other team is trying to dive out on their side to block the ball. Blindness is a spectrum, so legally blind is kind of typically defined in lay terms as having 10% or less of your vision, whether that be acuity or 10 degrees or less of the field of your vision.
When I say legally blind, people are like, oh, you can't see at all. Like, you know, and I'm like, no, I can see a little bit. There's varying degrees. There's all kinds of eye conditions.
We put on this blindfold when we're playing the game.
The eye shades, they're to kind of even the playing field.
Sound is key because you have to hear the ball. You want to communicate like left, rover, and then feel because there's rope on the floor underneath the tape.
You definitely have to rely on your hearing a lot.
When you can't see, the hearing kicks in.
And you have to have good orientation. Otherwise, you're going to be stepping on each other or falling and somebody's going to get hurt.
Yes.
You have to communicate every little thing that you're doing.
The first season and a half, it was terrifying. Especially when you have guys that are throwing at like 30 miles an hour, you barely have time to react. As you play more, it doesn't get as scary. Contact with the floor, contact with the ball.
You're moving quickly. You're throwing yourself down onto the ground and having to run around, and it's a lot of up and down. It's a lot on your joints.
Quiet, please. Center.
Depending on the throw you're trying to throw. So some people like to keep it close to their body. Some people like to throw from the side. And when that ball comes at like 35 miles an hour, 35 miles an hour, it hurts.
Nowadays, most students in K through 12 settings who are blind or visually impaired go to a mainstream school. You aren't a kid, you're the blind kid. And the community that exists around Goalball, we make connections. You don't have to explain what your life is like to your peers.
It's this fun bond because we're all going through the same thing.
I wouldn't change this because I'm so glad I've met all these people. I've had so many experiences through this sport. I've gotten to go to a few national championships. I've met my lifelong bestie through this sport. I've gotten to travel all around the country. I've gotten to travel to Germany.
This is a medal from the Rio Paralympics. It's really cool because it's got these beads inside and some braille on the back.
It's the love of the sport, the camaraderie. It's an opportunity to play a sport where everybody is on an equal playing field.